Has Donald Trump, the President of the United States, ruined this economy, the world's strongest economy, by playing COVID politics? Hardworking Americans, business owners, is this something that we can come back from? Coming up next. So let's face the facts. Donald Trump, hands down, is the most controversial president we have ever had before, and that's saying a lot. That's probably next to Andrew Jackson, who as president shot someone in a duel and killed them. Donald Trump completely shocked me with his approach to COVID, because you and I have been watching these last 3 years his approach to being president of the United States. NPR released an article saying that the Trump wall is going to cost $11 billion, $500 million alone just to paint the darn thing. But why is he doing that? It's predictable Trump, right? He's a capitalist, he's an entrepreneur, and what he wants to do is he wants to make America great again by making sure that we're bringing in as much revenue as possible and that we're not spending our tax dollars on immigrants. Take two. Donald Trump goes to war with our nation's #1 importer, China, for 3 months with a 25% tariff. Why? Because he's teaching them a lesson, he's flexing, he says who's in charge, and frankly, it's all about more money in our economy. Let's face it, he's a greedy and we all know it. But maybe that's what our country needs right now, right? Financially getting ahead, we're deeply in debt, and that's really been his MO, which is no matter how crazy he's been, it's all been in service of take our economy back, strengthen it, and get on top of this. So let's talk Trump's response to the coronavirus. In February, he referred to it as a hoax, as a common flu.
Wash your hands, stay clean. You know, you do certain things that you do when you have the flu. I mean, view this the same as the flu.
And then just 3 weeks later, shuts down the entire U.S. economy.
I am officially declaring a national emergency.
The problem, that is not the greedy Trump that you and I have come to know. He's been fully authentic and transparent in his approach, and he's switching it up. And what's the cost been? For the last 8 weeks, we just obliterated 10 years of economic growth with the loss of 35 million jobs. 35 million jobs.
35 million jobs.
And I'll tell you what, I'm pissed. Donald Trump has abandoned the U.S. economy to play COVID politics. He's butting heads with lawmakers, and he's even storming out of press conferences.
Please.
I just wanted to let my colleague finish, but can I ask you
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
It only took a couple of months of bad decisions to erase a lot of hard work. What should Trump have done? Dude, it's simple. Why are you sending money to me? Send it to my parents. You know, the older people that are at risk, people that have respiratory illness problems. I want to work. Stop sending me money as a business owner. I mean, do I appreciate it? Actually, I don't. What I expect is for you to be the Donald Trump that we voted for originally, the man that you've been, and to not cater and pander to the politics that's happening out there because it's an election year. This is the statue of responsibility. In the future on the Pacific Coast, there will be a 305-foot tall statue representing the single most important characteristic that we cultivate as human beings, responsibility. I'm not seeing that come from the White House. I'm not seeing that come from our lawmakers, which means that it falls on us. You know, many years ago when I was not financially free, I was financially strapped, I was struggling, and I came home to my wife who was crying because we didn't have money for food. And in that moment, I dug deep and I found my motivation to rise up and just 4.5 years later be financially free. COVID is doing that for a lot of people right now. It's actually giving you and I the motivation to say 35 million lost jobs. It's your responsibility to figure this out, not the government's, not Donald Trump. And by the way, based on track record, I don't think that we have a whole lot in our favor. A very close friend of mine that I met on YouTube let me know last month that he was probably gonna lose his job and get fired. And it brought me back to that same emotion and feeling when I did not know how to provide for my family, because I thought, oh my gosh, he's a good earner. What will he do if he actually doesn't have that money? And I did something different than I have ever done before. I actually said, I commit to you in the next 30 days, I will help you replace your income with just a very basic side hustle. So you don't need the government and you don't need your boss. You're gonna learn how to do that on your own. And that is how I feel we can take financial responsibility in our own hands. It's now been 30 days. He cleared $9,000 in 30 days. So last week I decided to open it up to the public. And now I have a couple hundred people that are literally doing the same thing. And I was just reviewing dozens of success in just the first 7 days of people literally, oh, I made $500. Oh, I made $2,000. Oh, I made $1,000 in just the first week. And I'm saying that's what it looks like to be financially responsible. That's what it looks like for you to say, this is my life, this is my financial future, and this is on me, not society, not a boss, certainly not the government, not Mr. Trump. It's on you and I to figure out how to elevate ourselves financially, and that's what will elevate society. We've got to create the solutions. It's inside of us. And if you want that, and if you want to access those tools and resources, you click the link in the description, you find out how real and serious this is, and you get your stuff together so that you can take care of your own financial life. I am not going to ask for your forgiveness for releasing that. I wanted you to feel it. It's how I genuinely feel. I'm inviting you to rise up with me. There is something you and I can do about it. And with or without me, choose to rise up on your own and command your own financial future. Together, we got this. Subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.